Hey, real estate agents, welcome to the Weekly Closer. I'm your host, Jeff Underwood, along with my co-host, Joey Sampaga. What's happening, Joey?
Go Suns.
Yeah. Go Suns.
I know that they've already played the game.
Yeah?
Or they're going to, because we were recording this a week before, so.
Yeah, that's too bad, huh?
But we'll be announcing next show that the Suns have won the championship.
There you go. I like the attitude, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, we got a great guest with us in the house, Kevin Kosisky with Neighborhood Loans, and he's a Bucks fan.
Kevin.
No. If you're watching the video, you know that's not true.
No, I'm all about the Suns. You know, gosh, remember that last championship run they had? That was just awesome.
Yeah, that was
with
good.
Barkley, and it was sad. It was Father's Day. I was out on the lake when they lost that game 6. That was tough.
Yeah, it was tough.
But yeah, no, I'm excited for hopefully the Suns win it, and we're celebrating. Probably have a parade or something.
You know what makes me laugh?
What's that?
Is
What, the mirror? Looking in the mirror?
that too. But even more funny is the tagline that the Bucks have: "Fear the deer."
Hey, man, I tell you,
They can
Fear
be vicious,
the deer.
right?
they can be vicious.
Yeah.
Haven't you seen what that deer did to that car in Tommy Boy, the movie?
That's true.
He tore that car up.
Yeah, he ripped it up. That's a great movie. Love Tommy Boy. No, let's hope the Suns win it, and we can be celebrating. It's been a rough road. We thought, they were going to sweep them, and it didn't happen, and then lost 3 in a row, so that was tough. So this is game 6 we're seeing tonight, but hopefully they win.
Hopefully they do.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Let's pretend that they won. What do you?
Oh, I'm excited.
You gonna go out?
Yeah, Chris Paul's there. I went to Game 7. It was awesome. Yeah, we partied all night.
Yeah, Game 7.
Yeah.
Courtside seats.
We got some sweet tickets there, so hopefully, hopefully it all works out. So
that's awesome,
I'm
man.
excited,
That's
man.
awesome. Big shout out to Alex Roberts with Security Title too.
Oh,
to get
yeah.
me in the studio here today.
She's great. Been working with her for years. Just she has her finger on the pulse, of what's going on, and she really helps out the LOs for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Security Title's awesome too. I love them over there. Big sponsor for us, obviously Security Title Agency and Fidelity National Home Warranty. Yep. So love them both. So why don't we talk a little bit about, I guess let's first tell the agents how long you've been in this mortgage world, because I know you've been in it for a long time.
Long time. I graduated from NAU in 92. Called my dad. I said, what do I do now? And he said, well, rates are going down now. Keep in mind, rates were at 7.5% in 93, and I got into it, and there wasn't anybody that had a rate lower than 9.5. So I got into it and just refied everybody.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to say that, right? If rates go up to 4 or 5, people are freaking out. So
Yeah.
it's just 93 started. Worked a couple different companies. Was an underwriter too for a while. Kind of had a lot of different roles, but I've never seen a market like this. Especially, it's countrywide, but in Arizona especially, it's just insane to see the prices go up like they have. It's really hard for people to get a house right now. You know,
Countrywide, I didn't know they were back.
No,
I'm just teasing.
Yeah, I know. As soon as I said it, that Fast and Easy program came to mind again. Yeah.
I remember those days.
Oh yeah, that was crazy days, and that's the thing too. Is people like, well, it's just going to be like 06, 07, and it's not. Reality is we are qualifying everybody that can't afford the house. There's not all that funny business that happened.
Yeah,
a lot of times. Yeah, back in the day.
Real funny.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So I feel like it can't continue to keep going up like it has. You got a lot of people from California moving here that have cash. You've got a lot of hedge funds out there buying places. So if you're out there making an offer, you're really not even in the same ballpark, right? If I'm a seller, I'm going to sell to a cash buyer because you don't have to worry about the appraisal. You don't have to worry about any other problems with the loan. I mean, it's a pretty tough gig to try to get a house, especially, conventional 20% down. Imagine FHA or VA. It's just it's a tough gig. So
There's no competition. They can't compete. right now.
No, they can't, and sellers will take less money a lot of times if it's cash, right? If they're within $5 or $10,000, they might go with the cash offer because they just know it's a done deal.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. Now you guys have a program though, right? And that's one of the reasons you're here is you're going to share a little bit about a program that you guys have to help out with this situation.
Well, there's private investors out there that will loan money, usually 80% loan to value, and they'll go ahead and put up the money, and then we'll refinance them out of that. So that way you're at least competing with everyone else because that's considered cash, right? So you got a private money lender. They'll send them a note basically stating that they will close on that day with the cash, and then we go turn around and refinance them out of that. So we'll do a rate and term refi. It's not a cash out.
Oh, okay.
It's not, and you can do that right away. Matter of fact, in August, they'll be changing the rules that you have to wait 30 days. But in general, we do it between 3 and 4 weeks. So
Got it.
Get out of that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So if somebody, so walk me through that. So if I'm a buyer and I have a house right now, right, that I need to sell, but if I were to come to you guys, right, and I had 20% that I can put down,
right,
then you guys would connect us with the hard money lender, right?
Right, exactly. We're not obviously affiliated with the private money. These are private individuals. They loan it out, and then you buy the house, and then the minute you close, we're already have all your paperwork. We have everything ready to go. We just order the appraisal and then get everything done and refinance you out of that.
Got it. Okay.
Program. Yeah.
So you've already pre-qualified them then?
Oh yeah. The hard money people are relying on me to make sure that we can get them done. So if they call me and I say they're good, they're going to be able to refi, there won't be a problem. That helps. And plus, as you said, there would be no contingency either because they didn't sell their house. So even if there's no contingency, even if you have a lot down, you're still not going to compete with a cash offer, and that's what we're able to offer. So it's about half of the loans that I'm doing. A lot of them are that way, where they get the private money and then they refinance.
So with the rate and term, is there a difference in closing costs versus doing a regular purchase?
Yeah, so there is obviously cost to this hard money. I'll give you a good example. We had a buddy, he kept putting in offers, wasn't getting accepted, so he moved out to Queen Creek, bought a house for $920. Got the offers accepted, did private money. Now there was an offer for $930. Wow. So $10,000 more, but they took his offer because he was cash. The hard money costs probably equated around to $7,000 or $8,000 for him. So he basically had to pay that extra. But again, he got the house for $10,000 less than he would have. So and he got the house. So so then we refinance it. We keep an open title. So there's discounts on the title fees and the lender fees that we do are discounted because it's a refi.
It's a rate and term.
And not to mention, we just talked about that they're removing that half a point hit that Fannie was adding on. So we don't we no longer have that.
Yeah. Okay. You said this house, this example was $920,000.
That's what we got for you.
Wow. Queen Creek.
Yep.
So I'm just thinking. Well, I'm just thinking because I was going to ask: is there kind of a ceiling to how much? Like, is there an amount limit or anything?
Not
really.
Generally. It's it just depends on who has money available at the time. Their money's constantly moving. So he was able to put 20% down, and he got that loan for this $700 something. Yeah.
Because at that price point, I'm assuming that some of these folks are probably refinancing into potentially a non-conforming or jumbo.
Yeah, jumbo. Yeah, there's a lot of jumbo loans out there. It works the same basically, so jumbo or regular conventional.
All right.
Yeah.
And there's not going to be probably not as many conditions compared purchase versus a refi.
It is definitely a little bit easier on a rate and term than a purchase. You will see the community, well, they already have the house, right? But in general, it's the same guidelines, same rules that we go by when we qualify them. But we try to make it as simple as possible. They already have the house. They already have their insurance in place. We're just getting them out of that private money loan.
Yeah, because it would be scary if they got stuck in the hard money.
Oh yeah, for sure. Our goal is to make sure we get them out of there as quickly as possible. The hard money guys want to too, right? They want to move that money.
Course,
they're not looking for long term, so it's definitely more of a short term play. Yeah.
But I'm sure you guys are trying to be as conservative as possible, with the income, debt to income ratios and all that stuff, especially, with you needing to refinance them right away.
Right, exactly. And the fact they're putting 20% down helps tremendously too, because you already got that equity. And what's crazy is when we get the appraisal, and we order the appraisal as soon as they close, a lot of times that appraisal is higher than what they bought it for. So they might be closer to 75%, 75%. Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is this is a potential solution for people to compete in today's market.
Yep.
So agents that are watching or listening, how would they reach out to you directly if they had questions about it?
Yeah, absolutely. Call me at 480-560-5555. Keep it simple. I got a whole team that helps handle the calls, and we'll walk you through how it all works. And a lot of realtors are like, I don't want to talk to my buyers about this. This is a whole hassle, and there's more costs involved. But after you've shown 10, 20, 30 houses over a few months, it's like sometimes this is the only way to get a house.
People are darn tired.
Yeah, they are.
Tired of trucking all over the place.
They're tired, and after 2 months,
losing all their offers.
That other house, the houses have just gone up too. So it's like you find a house that you really want, and all the emotions that go into it, and the stress, and just to be able to know you're at least competing on the same level as these cash buyers. And there's a lot out there, right? You got Open Door, you've got a ton of different cash buyers, 72 sold, Doug Hopkins, all of those guys are paying cash, and so it's a way to be in that same ballpark.
Right. Okay, so you mentioned Doug Hopkins.
Yeah, Doug.
You have a show with him, right?
I do. We're on Saturdays on KTAR. It's 92.3 FM every Saturday at noon. We've been doing it for 7 years now. It's a lot of times we just rip on each other, but then we throw in some good real estate facts in between there. He still buys quite a bit of homes, and he's really got his finger on the market too, as far as what's going on in trends. So
that guy's been around for a while.
He has.
As an investor here. Locally.
Yeah. We went to high school together, and we both got into the business in the 90s, and then with the whole foreclosure thing, and then he was actually on a TV show for a few years, and foreclosures. It was a Property Wars, so he was on that, and that was on Discovery Channel, and. From there, he just now he's all over. I'm sure you've seen his ads on TV.
Yeah.
So he's definitely figured out a way that if there's a lot of people that just want to be out of their house, right? They just they don't want to hassle with anything, and they have to move right away, or they got transferred or something, and he's able to help them out.
Yeah, comes up with a solution. Yeah.
Yeah.
The show you said was.
It's the
Flipping Real Estate?
Yeah, Doug Hoffman's Flipping Real Estate show.
Cool.
Yeah, every day at noon.
Every Saturday?
Saturdays,
all right.
Yes.
Cool. Now, I know we talked a little bit. Okay, so we've talked about the cash purchase refinance plan. I know we talked briefly before about some of the hedge fund stuff going on, too.
Yeah.
And, I've heard some of that. What have you heard?
I'm hearing that they're out there buying up whole subdivisions. We had the story. There was a place in Levine where this builder, it was around 100 homes that they bought. They bought them all. Just went to the builder and said, "We'll buy up every house," and they're just going to rent them out.
Wow.
So, you've got so much competition here for housing, and and a lot of people moving here. So.
It's pretty scary how the rents have gone up so much. I know. So much. I was looking on the Cromford report, and the chart was going along, and then all of a sudden, just in the last year and a half, 2 years, just straight up.
Almost doubled. I have some rentals, and there's one I had. It went from $900 to $1,700 in a matter of a year. It is crazy.
Yeah, I saw there's an apartment complex out in the East Valley that I think it's around Williams in Wrecker or something like that. But anyway, my wife was checking on those for one of our kids, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, the one bedroom apartment's like 790 square feet or something, but it's renting for like 1785 or something outrageous." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?"
It's getting insane. So there's the other part is you think, well, we can't buy right now, we'll just rent and wait. Well, you're just throwing that money out the door because rates are so low, and that's the other thing they think that's causing the housing prices to go up is look at how much per 100,000 it's costing, and it's not that much. So to go a little bit higher to push it, well, it's just going to increase our payment, a few bucks. So I think a lot of people they're pushing it, and you just wonder how far it's going to go. You know? I mean, a lot of people just are scratching their head. You know, the experts too. You know, we talk to them all the time, and you just wonder when the other shoe's going to drop.
So how long do you think? And you know, I'm not going to obviously
hold me to it. Yeah,
write like this down or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, how long can we really keep rates as low as they've been the last decade?
You know, we were all set to see rates just skyrocket, right? Inflation is the biggest enemy of rates, right? And inflation goes up, rates go up. And that's what we're seeing, right? Everybody's coming out.
We're seeing some big inflation numbers.
Yeah.
In the mid fives in certain things.
So in general, that means, okay, the feds are going to start raising the rates and banks start raising. But then what happened? We got the Delta coronavirus, right? That came in, and that kind of put everything on hold. You know, you're seeing some of these countries where there's a lot going back to lockdown, and hopefully we don't get there. But we're about 6 weeks behind the UK, and you know they're almost in full lockdown. They have higher numbers than they did back last year. So that causes the economy kind of slow up. Everybody gets nervous, and rates stay low. So the offshoot of that is, if you thought you missed out on refinancing or think that rates are going up, it's actually rates are staying really low, and we could see it go even lower if it ends up unfortunately affecting us as far as shutting businesses down again. You're gonna see rates go crazy. Low, so.
Well, yeah, and that's something that I fear a little bit, is that, you know, does this become normal? These 3% rates, but you look at other things that factor into interest rates, like the pension plans and things like that. I mean, they need rates to be higher,
right?
So that they have better returns, right?
Correct.
So that for all the people that are retiring and all that. And I just feel like, gosh, if it just stays this low for longer, I mean, it's just messing up the retirement too. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think people are starting to put their money in different places now too. It's causing them to just do different things with their money. Even the pension funds where they invest, you know, they move towards the real estate market too now. So, yeah, you're right. It can't stay. It's not sustainable to stay these rates as low. But whoever thought we'd have a pandemic, right, to change everything? So I don't know. It's a very interesting.
Yeah, it is crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, you mentioned another program that you guys have, or a way that you can help people that people that have a lot of assets, but maybe they just don't have as much income. So
yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, you know, you come across a lot of people that, you know, they don't need a lot of money a month to live, right? They're retired, they're getting Social Security, maybe a little pension, but that really doesn't qualify them for the house that they want. But they have maybe $1 million in the bank, or they have a IRA, or they have these other assets that, you know, they can actually use that to generate an income. And a lot of people don't realize that, or LOs don't. They're like, oh, they make this much, this is what they qualify for, and they send them on their way without really like saying, okay, wow, if you were able to take that money and create an income with it, that we can prove that we are, you know, Fannie and Freddie, the FHA, VA, they take that income and use it to qualify. And it's relatively easy, and it's quick, and, you know, I'm happy to talk about it, you know, more in depth if you want to call me, because it's not complicated, but there's some steps that you can take, and you can do it pretty much in a day and generate some income. So that's been huge. I've got a lot of people that have come, even ones that were even if you have even $40,000, you can, that can help generate another $1,000 a month in income for you. And we've done that before, where someone didn't get approved, and at the last minute something came up, and we were able to use that to qualify them.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. I know you weren't going to go too in depth on that, but
start doing the.
But agents, I mean, if you're watching and listening, you want to reach out to Kevin. I think he said what, 480.
560-5555.
I remember the 555.
Yeah, keeping it. So I was one of the first ones with the cell phone from there. They gave me that number. So yeah.
First one was, is that one of those big brick shaped ones?
It was. Yeah. Over at Venture Financial back in the day. Yeah, we used to have those. It was like $2 a minute. It was insane.
They're big enough to like strap it into a seatbelt in your driver's or your passenger seat, isn't it?
It was heavy too. It was a whole brick.
Throw it at someone.
Back in the day. Yeah, it's crazy now how far they've gone.
It was phone and self-defense.
That's right.
Oh, that's funny.
Sure.
One other thing I know that we talked about before we got on here, some of the new build stuff going on.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy too, huh?
It
I've
is.
heard some builders are doing some really funky stuff, really.
Yeah, we had a buyer over in Eastmark, and basically, you think, oh, I want to pick my lot, I want to pick the house that I want, the floor design, then I want to, figure out what I want in the interior. Well, that's not how it works right now. He basically got in a lottery, and when his number comes up, this is the lot, this is the house. They don't get to pick any upgrades. It is what it is. If you like it, great. If you don't, they'll go to the next person. So definitely, I mean, it's a seller's market to the nth degree. But so basically the builder's like, look, we know this kind of house will sell with this options. We're not going to do anything crazy. So which is, it's sad that it's that crazy, right? You new build, you'd want to be able to make it how you want, right?
Exactly. That's what you'd think, right? I'm going to buy a new one because I want to do those things.
Well, the builders, they don't have to do that, and so they're just like, nope, we're going to build it. This is how we want it. This is the house that you've picked. Yeah. And if you don't, you move on.
They don't have to pay realtors right now either.
Yeah.
Some of them are not.
That's what I've heard that, just like back when the 05, 06, they saw you with a realtor come and they didn't want to work with you, and that's too bad, because it's one of those things where, you, especially now being a realtor, all the houses you have to show, all the contracts, waiving the appraisal and the inspections, it's made it very stressful.
It's a headache.
Yeah, it is. Sure. It is. Yeah. Trust me, I know. Yeah, I'm on the other end of that one. Make sure they get qualified.
Yeah, for sure. Other things you want to share with agents before we move to the next segment here?
I think the biggest thing that I see out there, a lot of times people call me an emergency, like, hey, Kevin, this person was supposed to close and now they can't. And the biggest thing is making sure they're qualified up front. And I think that there's a lot of LOs out there or people out there that just they write pre-approvals way too premature, or they're not looking at the right things or asking the right questions.
Yeah.
So that's we have a team to make sure if I'm giving you that pre-approval letter, it's good. And I can still get it done sometimes in an hour, right? They're W-2'd. I get the 3 pay stubs, pull the credit. Within an hour, I can get your pre-approval. But we make sure that, hey, if there's anything funky going on, especially now with self-employed, right? I tell this story all the time. You could have made $10 million last year. But if your last 3 months P&Ls and bank statements are low, they're not going to approve you for the loan. Wow. And that's very frustrating for a lot of people out there. It's like, well, this is so obviously there's can be extenuating circumstances, or we can explain things, but for the most part, it's a whole nother world there with Corona, and it's one of those things where you really need people that know what they're doing, right, to qualify you. So,
but I want to count my stimulus check.
No, you can't count. I know, I get that all the time. Yeah, they want to count the stimulus, or they want to rent out a room and use that income, which you can't do, but unless it's a duplex or fourplex or something. But yeah, there's a lot of opportunities out there. There's still a lot of USDA loans out there in Florence. I know a lot of people moving to Florence and Coolidge and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so we're doing quite a few USDAs also.
Cool.
So,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing. Let's see, neighborhood loans, right?
Neighborhood loans. Okay. Kevin Kosisky, they call me KK. So they just say, hey, KK. A lot of times that you call, someone will get right back to you, and we can have a pre-qual right away for you.
Got it. You mentioned people call you an emergency. I have a funny story about that. One of the mortgage companies I worked out a long time ago when I first got in the business, my extension was 1911, 1911.
Oh.
So sometimes when people inside the office would dial the 911, it would actually call 911.
Oh, it would?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So they're calling
the police are picking up.
Police to come over and fix the loan for you, right?
So anyway.
Yeah, no, it helps having the underwriting background and stuff, so I can definitely find a way. If there's a way to get you approved, or there's something we can do, it's kind of exciting, right? It's like a puzzle putting it together, and I know you did that for years too.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, let's jump into the ring. Are you ready? A few more questions for you. All right, here we go. So now that the Suns have lost, how do you feel? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh man, this hopefully they have it. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Anyway, so what are you most looking forward to now that things are starting to kind of get back to normal? I know that there's that variant out there now, but I mean, as it's kind of opening up, what are you?
I'm so excited to travel again. The end of this month, we're going to Maryland for a family reunion. We got 75 people going, so that's going to be.
You
exciting.
Stay 6 feet apart?
No. The Kosiskys,
they're going to be a lot of hugging.
A lot of hugging. we're really excited. Just that, to see there's relatives I haven't seen in forever, and a lot of trips got canceled. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Is it going to be close to the shoreline? I mean, you get close to the water?
My aunt lives over there in Ocean City.
Okay.
So we'll be able to.
And the reason I brought that up is I had lunch with somebody the other day that just got back from that area.
Yeah.
And they said that it was so weird that they would go to some of the seafood restaurants and they wouldn't have crab or something.
Wow.
Like they're having a really hard time finding
Crabs,
workers.
Really? Oh, workers to
go out and do it. So there's a shortage. Yeah, it's really odd.
she promised me crabs, so we better have crabs.
Okay.
Yeah, we're known for our Maryland crabs for sure. But I'm excited for that to travel.
Cool. All right. How about any book recommendations?
Oh gosh, what was that? How to influence people, win friends. Shoot, what is that? Yeah, I read that before. Have my oldest son read that. It's a very it gives you a perspective on. A lot of times you'll have these meetings and they're very good substance. You get along, and then you just don't follow up, and you don't work that relationship, which a lot of times it's lost lots of opportunities. And I've learned so much from meeting other people, not just in the business but doing. So that's
all right. And Apple or Android?
I'm an Apple fan, although I will tell you I'm glad there's Androids. I'm glad that it kind of keeps them on their toes. Thank God that there's competition there. So, but no, I love. I don't know if you've seen that the new video for 4K on the new Apple phone is just insane. It's really, really clear.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What do you like?
I'm an Apple guy too.
Oh, okay. So I'll have to show you the little hack I found. So
what about you, Joey? No, we already know.
Let me just show off my.
Oh yeah,
you guys can't do that with yours. Right?
That is pretty slick. That is awesome.
Yeah. He won't let us know when it breaks, probably.
Yeah, right now.
Talking about we'll see.
All right, last thing. So let's say it does go to Game 7, right?
Yeah.
What would you predict score of Game 7?
Oh, Game 7. It's gonna be.
And then we'll see how close he is.
Yeah.
125 Suns, 120 Bucks.
Close. All right.
I think they're gonna if they win Game 7, it's gonna be a runaway. So it's gonna be it's gonna be more like 101 to 127.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I actually hope you're right, because then I won't be so stressed.
I know.
but yeah, it'll be interesting.
Don't you hate that when it comes down to the last?
Well, they should have won that last one. They were down by one, and
they were down.
It just hurt your heart.
Yes.
Hurt your heart for sure. I remember last time you asked me what my favorite app was.
Oh yeah.
And by far it's TikTok, right?
Okay.
I used to make fun of it like everybody else, but it's one of the few platforms that actually show both sides of issues and politics. I mean,
really?
You can go down a rabbit hole and with some of those guys, but yeah, I think it's actually one of the few that do show all sides of everything. It's not just
dancing.
It's not. There's all that too. I mean, listen, there's a lot of junk on it, but there's some really good information that I've gotten from it. And again, it started off as just like a silly app.
Is it as censored as?
It isn't. It isn't. I see people say that their stuff gets taken down. It's definitely censored, and that's a whole nother topic, right? What's happening today is so sad. Our grandparents are rolling in their graves to think about great grandma, to think about what's happening. Like they're gonna form a task force to decide what's proper information. I mean,
that's crazy.
It's really a little scary that there's only 4 major that kind of control all the news.
Yeah.
It's kind of anyway. We could go down that road, but no, TikTok and for those that think, that's just a silly. There's some really good things you can find on there.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
All right.
Well, thanks for being here again, Kevin.
Yeah, absolutely, Jeff.
Appreciate
it. Thanks for having me. I look forward to
all decked out in your Suns stuff. You got the orange shorts going on. I don't know if people can see your shorts.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Whoa, okay. You're blinding people now.
Yeah, the only time I can wear these is when the Suns are playing. Yeah, I can get away with it. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, they work in Missouri for like hunting shorts.
Oh, yeah. So make sure you don't get shot, right?
All right, guys. Hey, agents, until next time, we'll see you later. Take care.
Take care.
All right. That's good job. All right. That's funny.